We went back to that Buffalo well again. We went back to that defensive side of the ball in the Buffalo well, and we brought in Levi Wallace. 2 years, $8 million. For me, man, I kind of talked about it with my little reaction video yesterday. I like this signing a lot. Now, is Levi all pro? No, I'm not saying that, but Levi is a guy that has the ability to play outside or inside. He creates turnovers. The past 3 years, he's had 2 picks each season. He tackles. He's a very physical corner, not afraid to hit. I love his quickness and change of direction, and I like the fact that he's been a part of big games. You know, Tre'Davious White was out for a large amount of time last year to turn his ACL. Levi was out there. He was having to be that corner out there, man. And every single year he's gotten better. He came in the league as an undrafted guy. Went to Alabama as a walk-on. But this dude doesn't shy away from competition. He doesn't shy away from competing. And like I said, man, watching him, I know you watch Buffalo more than I watch Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? But for the little bit of film that I've watched from Buffalo, you know, not that I have.
You don't really check the tape that much.
No. I would have never.
You just watch highlights.
Training camp. You know, I don't watch anything like that. No, not me. No. But as a whole, man, Levi, he's a player that you want on your team. He is a good player. Like I said, I'm not saying that he's all world, but he is a guy that you win with. I personally like him over Cam Sutton if we're talking about being on the outside. I think that he gives you a lot more athletic ability, and he is a proven playmaker. Now, when teams have tried him, I mean, I think it's a 56% completion rate that they've had on him when he's been on the outside. And I would say last year, playing predominantly on the outside, he allowed 3 touchdowns. To me, I'm like, dude, I like what I see when I watch him on tape. I love, like I said, his physicality, though. And I think that he's a guy that you win with. He's a guy that you want on your roster. But that was kind of, like I said, my initial reaction to it before I dive into any more of that. What was your thoughts on, the former Buffalo Bill coming in?
Dude, that was a great move.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we got him for a steal, $4 million.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was good when we played us, and I remember even doing the preview. I think it was the year we went up to Buffalo. That was 2020?
Yep.
The no fans. Mm-hmm. And we were talking about their secondary or just their defense in general. We were like, they have a good defense. Levi Wallace might be like their weakest link. He got a pick against us, even though, I mean, looking back on the tapes, that might have been pass interference or something. I see what Ben was doing when he threw that. He saw the matchup, and then Levi, I think there was a little jersey tug or something.
Okay.
But he also picked off Duck Hodges 2019. Yeah. But that was Duck. Oh, that was a terrible play. I remember I think I was in the corner of that end zone. I was like, what are you doing, man? You're throwing into quadruple coverage.
Hey, whatever you say. All I know is this. We don't have a guy that was doing that last year for us. I mean, Akello did at the end of the year, but we currently don't have that guy on our roster that has done that. Cam Sutton hasn't given us that. And I love Cam. Cam is my dude. But he, like I told you, I feel like he's more suited for the slot. I think that that's where he thrives. That's where he'll play his best ball. Now, granted, he's surviving on the outside, but I think that he could thrive in that slot role. Whereas Levi, I think that he could play on that outside just fine. And if you're looking at the way our roster is set up right now, if you're telling me we got Levi Wallace, Keller Witherspoon hopefully returning, Cam Sutton, and you draft a guy, man, I like that group a lot.
And we get Tyrann Mathieu.
Well, and the thing is, with the contract that you give Levi 2 for $8, you have that flexibility.
That's an unbelievable steal, in my opinion.
Like to me, it's like, man, people. I saw people bring up, Bills, man, 13 seconds. It's like, bro, if we're gonna, say no to every Bills player because of a 13-second anomaly, which that's what it was when you talk about that happening the way that it did versus the Chiefs and everything like that. It's a perfect storm. I'm not gonna shy away from a perfect storm I'm not gonna shy away from a player because of a perfect storm scenario happening. If that's the case, then why are we so optimistic about Mason, Mitch, or Haskins if we're gonna do that? And that's kind of like my sentiment. That's why I always laugh when I see people bring up a negative about this player, but then we'll like talk this player. I'm like, bro, you realize you saying like the same? Like, all right, but either way, I digress. But yeah, Levi's a guy, man, that you went with. Levi's a guy that is going to help this secondary out in a big time way. He's a veteran player that has been in some big postseason games. He's used to that spotlight. He's used to playing in big moments. Like I said, whether it was at Alabama or in Buffalo, man. And that helps because what did we say? We need veterans. We need guys that are used to that because it's going to elevate those around them. Him being in that meeting room is going to help the younger DBs out. Him being out there on that field, he's going to practice a certain way. Guys are going to see his work ethic, and they're going to respond to that and respect that, and ultimately step their game up as well. And that's the thing, like I said, I really like about Levi right here, man.
Hopefully, this wasn't Witherspoon's money.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm hoping, man. Because to see that
need
number,
both.
yeah, because I was like to see that number. was like, man, we could get a Kello. I like that 2-8, 2 for 10, like that range, 2 for 11, even 2 for 12. But
that's what Akello's going for, to have both. That'd be great. That's what I'm saying. I know it's not Stephon Gilmore, but I think Levi Wallace has really started for a cornerback 2. Like that's exactly what we would need. Like Levi Wallace, we already know, solid cornerback 2. Akello, we're hoping can grow into the lockdown cornerback 1. Right. And he showed those flashes last year.
Right. And you still got Cam Sutton, who's a proven veteran, who's a good player in his own right, but now you bump him back into the slot, and that takes a lot more pressure off of him, and he becomes a way better version than what we saw last year. To me, you win with that, and you still draft, whether it's a Sauce Gardner or any of these other corners that we might potentially be wanting early or in the second round. You do that as well, and now this defense is really intact. Now you're looking and you're saying, dude, we got some action over here. That's what
I don't know what we're doing on this Schobert deal. It's time to make a move with him, and then sign Miles Jack, sign Bobby Wagner, someone. Yeah. There's an easy replacement you could make right here. Yep. Like, what are we doing holding on to Schobert? Let's get this cap space.
I don't get it, man.
Talk to Miles Jack.
I said, because the only thing I can think of is if they're talking to Miles and Miles just doesn't have that same interest to come here. That's the only thing I can think of, because obviously we always talk about it in the sense of, hey, man, if we make an offer, that guy come. That's not always the case, right? Some teams or some players, they say, man, I don't want to go there. I'd rather go to this place instead. Or, hey, man, they're going to pay me more money than what you guys are offering. All of that, comes into context when you're talking free agency here. But to me, man, Miles Jack is definitely a dude that you want. He helps you. He upgrades you. He's your best inside linebacker if he's on our team right now.
Yeah.